95% of our life is coming from the programs.
Obviously, I can't hear it.
Live life
I don't
that
have
we get in
headphones.
the first 7 years of life. That's why poor people stay poor and rich people stay rich.
Just a few. Like the
The
intro.
movie The Matrix is not science fiction. It's a documentary. Every human, and this is a fact, every human first 7 years is download a hypnosis. The brain of a child under 7 is in a lower vibrational frequency. When you put wires on a person's head, you read electroencephalograph, reading brain activity. A child below 7 has a lower vibration than consciousness. It's called theta. Theta is imagination. Oh, that's how kids play a tea party with mud pies, but to them it's a real thing. A kid rides a broom, it's a horse. That's theta, imagination. Theta is also hypnosis. And the idea is this: before you can become conscious, if you don't have any programs, what are you going to be conscious of? So nature makes the first 7 years. What kind of programs are required to live on this planet? I say, how do you get them? Theta is hypnosis. You just watch. You watch your parents, you watch your siblings, and your community, because you have to learn how many 100,000 rules. Think about it. Just to be a functional member of a family and a functional member of a community, there are rules. Teach an infant these rules. It's like, oh, you don't have to. First 7 years, they observe it and just download it. Look, this is not new. I mean, there's the famous book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And basically said you come from a poor family and you could struggle your whole life and try to get rich, but you're not going to make it. And if you come from a rich family, you could be stupid your whole life and make it. Not because it was thinking, but it was unconscious behavior that was downloaded from rich families into kids, which is unconscious. So they're making the right moves unconsciously. If they engage their conscious mind, then they look stupid, but it's unconscious. And that's the same thing with poor people. Poor people have beliefs from the family. Oh, you can't make it, life's a struggle, things are hard, who do you think you are? And if that's the program you get, then 95% of the day you will sabotage yourself. And that's why poor people stay poor and rich people stay rich, because the programming. 95% of our life, this is a fact, comes from those programs in the subconscious. Every day, only about 5% of their life are you using conscious, which is creative. 5%.
So your life is being lived, even though you think you're living your life.
I love that part, right? The
So we don't
person
have
who's
to-
asking the question is saying, your life is being lived, even though you think you're living your life. You're just living, right? Your life is just being lived.
Yeah.
And we as we grow older, again, it goes back to the phrase, we're set in our ways. In looking at this, I've been reading and looking at other studies about the human minds, who we are, our nature, and the fact that you're stepping into youth ministry. It has to start. I think that the church has to go back and revisit the emphasis on the Sunday school, on talking to those kids when those first 7 years, right?
Yeah.
Because you said it, they're learning math, and math is this thing. Like, oh, I gotta get this math thing. So should Christ, right?
Yeah.
And I don't think I don't know, and I don't see that there's much emphasis. It's more, middle school, because that's when they're identifying themselves.
Yeah, I also think that churches are not investing enough into families.
Yeah.
They separate